Welcome, my name is Dani Walker. This is the Puteri Indonesia 2022 finale recap. If you enjoy content like this, please consider subscribing. We are nearing 100,000 subscribers and I appreciate all of your support to get there. And of course, don't forget to hit the notifications so that you know every time new episodes are released. First, let's talk about the entire show. I always like to talk about the opening production number because I still believe that that's a really important part. It sets the stage for everything. I really liked what the contestants were wearing. It was very beautiful. It was very reminiscent to me of some recent Miss Universe and Miss USA opening numbers when we saw the contestants dressed in Sherry Hill and Portia and Scarlett in lots of beautiful pastel hues, I believe in 2019 and 2021. Aside from what they were wearing, I wish that the opening song would have been a little bit more upbeat because I feel like you want to really open with some pizzazz for your show. Like, bam, here we are, get the energy up, get the audience going for the future of a great show. But I felt like the opening number song was a lot more laid back, really slow. But I will say that the rest of the songs in the show were so beautiful. They were almost theatrical, a little bit romantic, and I loved them. I was singing along the entire time in my live reaction. Although I don't know the words and I don't speak the language, I was still humming along and I enjoyed it. Of course, if you watch the channel, you know I'm a big fan of returning title holders. Frederica was there and she represented Indonesia at Miss Universe 2019, where she placed in the top 10 wearing one of my favorite finale evening gowns that we've seen in years. Actually featured in another episode about evening gowns. If you want to check it out, I will link it up in the corner for you. Let's also mention Harnaz was there. Most Miss Universe title holders in recent years attend this pageant. I'm not sure why that is. It seems to be quite a tradition. And they wear the traditional kebaya. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Please accept my apology if it is incorrect, and if you want to help me pronounce it, let me know in the comments. I'd love to learn. I thought that she looked really beautiful. She sounded so gracious when she was there and just so thankful to be there, and it's just more proof to the fact that she is such an exemplary title holder. Another thing happened before we can even get into narrowing it down to the semifinalists, and that is they announced that the representative for Indonesia that won the international title in 2020, that she won't be going on to compete at Miss International. She's held her title for a little over 2 years, I believe it is. And so they crowned a new Indonesia representative to send to Miss International for 2020. And the reigning one gave up her title. And I kind of understand that. It's a bummer. They skipped her year essentially at Miss International, which is really sad. But at least she got a very, very long reign, and this organization does such a great job with their title holders, sending them on appearances and creating multiple opportunities for them. So I'm very hopeful that she made the most of her extra long reign, and that's going to set her up for future success. By the way, if this is your first time watching this pageant, I learned 2 years ago when I initially recapped it that there is no swimsuit competition because they don't allow that to be televised. And so there is none. And instead, though, we do get to see the contestants in numerous beautiful gowns, which I'm a big fan of. Before they announced the semifinalist, who was your favorite contestant and how did she do in the pageant? After all of that happened at the show, they narrowed it down to a top 10 out of 44 contestants. Plus, we have a fan vote winner, so we got actually down to a top 11. And I'm going to share with you the contestants that stood out in their speech. And so for this speech, they were all able to essentially speak freely on the theme of the pageant, which was Modern Hero. Love that. But they all kind of referenced different things, which was really unique. So some of the ones that stood out to me were these ones. Contestant number 20, I thought that she did very, very well. At the end, she started to slow the answer a little bit. It almost felt like she was forgetting her words or not sure what she wanted to say next, but she still did a great job wrapping it up. Number 23, loved this. She talked about how heroes and leaders are commonly expected to be men, but that she was representing women who are essentially today's modern heroes. That's kind of the theme of what she was talking about, and it was just very on brand for the theme of the show. I loved it, thought it was brilliant. I really liked what number 22 had to say. She shared about what she's doing to address children dropping out of schools as a result of poverty in her area, as well as helping sexual assault victims. And so I thought that was a very, very powerful speech, although she still did not move on to a top 6. Number 24 talked about the G20 summit that will be coming up, and this is also something that's very, very relevant right now in Indonesia, so it was a very smart answer. Number 16 talked about recover better, and the way that she presented this answer is what really stuck out to me. I thought it was extremely confident and very, very commanding, and I was just very impressed by the way that she delivered it. Number 34 gave a really heartfelt speech. She talked about how she grew up without parents, and she was encouraging other women and individuals to overcome obstacles, and I just thought it was a very inspirational speech that stuck out to me. Number 25, I don't know what she said because it wasn't in English, but at the end she did get the crowd going, so I assume it was pretty good. I quickly want to share, if you're a pageant contestant and you want to learn how to better manage your social media as a contestant or as a title holder, then click the description below and check out Content Queen. Now, since they don't do swim, they did a little fashion show instead. I am not sure though if this portion of the competition is judged. If you know, please comment down below. So since I don't know that, I'm going to quickly comment on my favorite walks because they were very, very fast. They were almost continual. So my faves were number 20, number 23, number 34, number 25, and number 18. Those are my top 5 walks, but that had nothing to do with any other part of their performance during the show. Next, we narrowed it down to the top 6. Each of the questions got to randomly select a judge who asked them their individual questions. So let's talk about each of them. Number 23's question was in reference to G20 holding its presidency in Indonesia and its theme, which is recover together, recover stronger. So she was asked, as Puteri Indonesia, how do you make sense of this theme and how would you project this to our future generation? She did an excellent job with this answer, talking about how recover together, recover stronger relates to Indonesian principles, essentially. I was very, very impressed. Number 20 was asked a question about the relocation of the capital. She talked about positives in relation to tourism and infrastructure. I thought that the answer was good, but then at the end, it started to slow down. So I think the obstacle for her was the delivery. And I think that if she maybe just took a pause right before answering that question, that she would have had more time to gather her thoughts so that the answer could be delivered in a more smooth manner. Number 16 was asked a question in Indonesian, and some people during my live mentioned that this question was in relation to children and childhood development. And the judge, interestingly enough, for this asked if she would answer in Indonesian, and she said something in the beginning, but then she continued the answer in English, and it was a great answer. And she talked about education for nutrition for pregnant and lactating women. And then she talked about an economic solution that would require training for every individual. And it really got the audience going. It sounded like a very intelligent answer. Number 24 looked very, very beautiful during her on-stage question. I have to say that. She was asked a question about the loosening COVID restrictions. And does she think that these new regulations are essentially like a positive or a negative? And she said that she believes that the new regulations are a golden opportunity, that we should take advantage of them to grow tourism both internationally and domestically, to support and grow local businesses that need their help, which of course were affected during the pandemic. Number 35 was asked a question about being united in diversity and that it's a principle and model in Indonesia, and how can it be a mediator in responding to current intolerance. Great question, but her answer wasn't in English, so if you want to share what she shared in her answer, please feel free to do so in the comments below. Number 18 was asked, what perception do you want to teach the younger generation about modern beauty? And she gave a great answer, a safe answer, and she just talked about how it means being inclusive regardless of your shape, your size, your hair, all of those things, and that beauty belongs to every single one of us. Then the top 3 all got asked the same question, and everybody had headphones on, so nobody had an unfair advantage, which I was very happy about. The question was not given in English, so it roughly was translating to something about, do they have any regrets in life? That type of question. And number 24 said that she didn't regret any of her experiences, but she believes that the universe has made plans for her, and it's helped her to grow and to become a stronger person, and that's why she stands here today knowing that she can conquer anything. Very, very confident answer. Awesome. 23's response said that she also wouldn't change anything because it led her to where she is, that her obstacles got her to this stage, that she's grateful for the obstacles and the challenges, and she wouldn't change anything. Her answer repeated a few times. She kind of said the same thing, but in different words. There's a train. I didn't know that there was a train or something. Excuse the train. Anyways, that was her answer. And then number 16, she said, I wouldn't want to change anything. Everything I do, I think if I do it wrong, I wouldn't do it again. And if I do it right, I would do it again. Her answer was very short, very concise, but she was very much to the point and still confident when she said it. And the audience was a really big fan of this answer. Then the results are as follows. The second runner-up goes to Supranational, the first runner-up goes to International, and then the winner goes to Miss Universe. That means number 23 goes to Supranational. She was the second runner-up. Number 16 goes to International. And then number 24, the winner, who is from Bali, goes to Miss Universe. So congratulations to the new title holders. It's a very, very exciting time and a very exciting moment because it's been so long since they held this pageant. Also, let's just remember that they didn't send a representative to Miss Universe 2021. They skipped that year. So people have really been waiting for this, and I'm very, very excited to see their preparation leading up to all of their corresponding international pageants. Congratulations to everyone though. It was a very, very beautiful production. That's what we've come to expect from this pageant. I'm so glad that I was able to cover it. I hope that you enjoyed it as well. Let me know what you thought about this show in the comments below, and please consider subscribing and hitting the notifications so that you'll know when new episodes come out and that you'll be able to join me for the next one.